And what's up, everybody? It's your boy Silver Kid Super Club right here on YouTube, man. And first and foremost, as you can tell, my camera's a little brighter. That's because I had to get a new iPad because the freak somebody decided to up and steal my other one. So I actually got a good deal on this one. I'm paying it off right now. Hoping to find my other iPad soon. But um, let's go ahead and celebrate the fact that I'm back. And you know what? For the first video today, man, I've been following the news with everything that's been going on in the gaming industry, even though I wasn't able to upload to YouTube. Now that I got my standard internet back, Nintendo fans, we need to seriously talk. Like, seriously, we need to fucking talk. Because you know what, man? I find it hilarious how you guys say y'all Nintendo fan, but don't want to do nothing to help Nintendo out, man. You're seriously saying Nintendo needs to do this, Nintendo needs to do that. Well, also the fans need to do their job as well. And you know what? I really need to speak to you guys because it's really y'all been not helping Nintendo at all lately. Not helping Nintendo at all. Y'all been giving Nintendo such a hard time lately. Y'all know they fell back on hard times when a water pass. Right now, they're suffering from the lack of Nintendo Direct. They're suffering from the lack of everything right now. But first and foremost, it surprises me how some people can open their mouth and say, I'm a Nintendo fan, but want Nintendo to be like Microsoft and Sony. You know, just because company A and B are doing well, that doesn't mean company C have to do the same thing they need to do in order to do well. For all we know, behind the scenes, company A and B are doing different things, but that doesn't look like the case in the public size. But you know what, man? It really surprises me how much that you guys consider yourself Nintendo fans and ask for Nintendo not to be Nintendo. That's like basically being a, how can I say, okay, so let's see, even though I hate these artists, let's say that Justin Bieber, 1D, and Miley Cyrus are all doing great, but Miley Cyrus is falling behind. Okay, but Justin Bieber and 1D fans love what they doing. Basically, Justin Bieber and 1D are doing the same thing each other doing, but here's Miley trying to be all different. Okay, but people are asking Miley to be like Justin Bieber and 1D, and I know that's a horrible analogy for it, but you you're asking Miley Cyrus not to be herself, but you gotta realize that Miley Cyrus is a different type of breed. And when it comes to Nintendo, Sony, and Microsoft, you gotta realize Nintendo is a different type of breed from what Microsoft and Sony have. If you are coming over to a Nintendo system and you are going to have the output that Nintendo is doing everything that Sony and Microsoft are doing, then it's best that you stay at Microsoft and Sony because Nintendo doing something totally different. If you walk into a Nintendo system with the mindset of Microsoft and Sony, then you're going to be very disappointed because Nintendo doesn't do all that Microsoft and Sony do. I know Microsoft and Sony do some unnecessary shit and they get a lot of love for it. Nintendo do less than they do and gets a lot of flack for it. But Nintendo's a different breed. Nintendo's a different company. You talk about Nintendo needs to do this and that. What about the fans? The fans need to do more on their part. Nintendo can make the hardware and make the software. What more can they do? Alright? Let's face it. Third party companies hate Nintendo. Third party companies hate Nintendo fans. Fans, they don't want to come to us. They don't want our money. They don't want nothing from us. Cause, hey, you know, it's kind of bitter. Hate sad, man. It's kind of a mixed bag, man. Because you see, we have a Nintendo community, but I feel like that so-called Nintendo community has like I wish Nintendo would be like this and not them. Kind of. If you're a Nintendo fan, why are you not acting like it? Now I ain't going all over here and saying, "Oh, kiss Nintendo's ass, people." kiss Nintendo's ass just because you're a fan. I mean, like, help Nintendo succeed by being themselves. You say you're a Nintendo fan, right? Would you want your favorite company to continue on? If you want them to follow in the footsteps of somebody else, then you're not truly a fan. If you want them to do better as themselves, then you are a fan. Nintendo has made a lot of mistakes, admittedly. But that doesn't mean we got to wish them to be somebody else, because I'm dead serious. And people ignore Sony and Microsoft faults because right now they're up and winning. Microsoft's in second place. Sony's strangely in first place. I don't know how, but power drives people, which is stupid. But okay, all right, less games, more power. Got you. But it kind of amuses me how much people come on and say, "Hey, look, Nintendo needs to be more like Sony and Microsoft." Right? You're not a Nintendo fan by saying that. If you want Nintendo to be Microsoft and Sony, then I suggest that you stay at Microsoft and Sony. Because you don't understand that Nintendo's a whole new beast from that aspect right there, man. Because Nintendo does stuff differently from Sony and Microsoft. And it kind of excuses them from all stuff because Sony and Microsoft doesn't do it, but Nintendo does it and been doing it. So I don't see what's the problem, people wanting Nintendo don't want Nintendo to be themselves. People have problem with Nintendo being themselves. Okay, that's a different game. That's a different breed. All right, y'all gotta understand, man. Damn. And for my first video back on the scene, it really impresses me that I had to address the Nintendo fans really much because you know what, man? We're not Nintendo fans anymore. We're basically Sony and Microsoft fans in disguise. We're Transformers. We're over here playing Nintendo games, wishing there was Sony and Microsoft games. That's not helping. And Nintendo, as a pioneer in the gaming industry, man, has done a lot for the gaming industry. Has, how can I say, revolutionized the gaming industry multiple times with standards and how we play our games today. You gotta really think, man. You gotta really think. And if we lose that Nintendo field in the industry, we might as well lose the gaming field because that's the only field that's keeping it gaming. So before you start saying Nintendo needs to be like Microsoft and Sony, think before you speak, man. Shit. It's your boy Silver Kid C for Clever. And yes, we're about to continue this in my next video. Oh yes, and we're about to continue this. I'm certain we're not done, Nintendo fans, because you guys got a lot of shaping up to do. Because it is sad what's going on in the Nintendo community. Yeah, more Nintendo fans are turning into Pretendos, man. And you know, we just got a lot to work on, big time. If we're gonna sit here and open our mouth and call us Nintendo fans, we gotta fucking prove it. I love Nintendo, and I want Nintendo to succeed as they are. I don't want Nintendo to change who they are just to succeed. That's basically a sellout, if you ask me. That's basically a sellout. You want Nintendo to be a sellout? Well, do you? Sports Super Kids for Clever signing out. First video back, and I'm already disappointed on my first topic. Deuces.